tried to fire up on its own and smoke came out of the motor. Oh yeah, she's dead now. It sounded like it was stuck on a 5,000 RPM rev limiter. Our brand new fuel pressure gauge is leaking. Oh hell, that's a lot of water. This time on Finnegan's Garage, we are finally installing the 632 all aluminum 1200 horsepower engine back into Sidechick. We're gonna test it, we're gonna find out how it runs, all while wearing a life jacket with a parachute built into it and swim trunks made of Kevlar, just in case it all goes wrong. It won't, it definitely won't, it's gonna be fun. We're back in town, and as much as I'd like to work on the Cadillac, we got stuff in the way. Namely, Sidechick is sitting here, the engine for Sidechick is sitting there. We have a new tool from Mittler Brothers sitting up front that I need to unwrap because we need that to build the floor of the Cadillac. Needless to say, I'd like the Cadillac here where it's easier to work on, and we kind of got to accomplish some other projects before we can do that. The good news is we're just assembling a boat. They are really easy to work on, which is reason number one, drag boats are as cool as drag cars because they're super easy to work on. In fact, I'll prove it to you. In one day, we'll have this boat running, and it's completely disassembled. Like, the motor is out of it. It's not wired, it's not plumbed. I'm just gonna uncover it. You can see, and today, this thing will make noise. First things first, we're gonna clean out the boat because it's full of all the parts we need to put it together, like the headers. Bath mats make pretty good work covers in a pinch. These hoses are our water inlet to the motor. The motor doesn't have a water pump. The water for the motor comes from the jet drive. Interesting thing about this boat and a lot of the drag boats that are out there, they're just car engines. They're not really marine engines at all. Like that engine we're putting in, it's just a Big Block Chevy. And maybe the only difference between that Big Block Chevy and when you would stick in a drag car is you might run a little more piston to wall clearance, you might run a little more valve guide clearance because they don't really ever get that hot. We have an endless supply of lake water running through this thing, so it never really gets that warm. So you put a little more piston to wall clearance, a little more valve guide clearance in there to make sure nothing sticks because the engine doesn't warm up, quote unquote, to operating temp. So yeah, I think this can stay down there, and we can put the motor plate on the motor, and we can put the flywheel on the motor, flex plate, and then it's ready to go in. Now, because we don't want to swing it up in the air and then get almost over the side of the boat only to learn it won't go over the side of the boat. And also, if I remember right, we have to take the back wheel off the boat. There we go. Okay. We've said that a lot, so hold up. Reason number two why drag boats are just as cool as cars. When you run out of room up front for accessories, like an alternator, you just mount them in the back. Watch this. Because there's no transmission on the back of this engine, it's just a PTO adapter and a drive shaft going to the jet drive. That means we have all this real estate to put stuff. Like up here, that's where my starter goes. Over here is where the alternator is going to go. And so, my friend Andy Rawls machined this nifty adapter that sandwiches the flex plate there and drives a belt for the alternator, and then the drive shaft bolts right there. No? Maybe it's such a tight fit that
precision. That's why it's called RPM, buddy. RPM.
I know what it is.
Different size ones.
One of them's got a flat spot in it, And it's because it goes right there.
I just saw that.
Oh. Yeah. 59.
Really?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say you look great for 59.
He's 58.
Oh, and a half. No.
Actually, I have no idea how old he is.
Me either.
7? 6? 5? We'll get there eventually.
Forever 21, buddy. There you go.
I think they closed, bro. There's no malls anymore. You just dated yourself. Yeah.
The dry stuff is the most complicated part of it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have that.
Most people don't
if I
wait
didn't
almost
have
2 years to put it back together.
So this is the intake of the jet drive. This is a drive shaft safety loop. Here's the input shaft of the jet drive. Okay. Yeah, that plate will go.
Ready to come down? Keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming.
So close.
Okay, hold on.
But not.
Let me get to the other side. Got it?
You tell?
Come on down.
Alright, here we go.
You guys are the ones that work on hot rod roads.
Every day, dude.
Every day.
Best there is.
This is old hat right here. Done this so many times.
Dude, will you come over here and hold this throttle cable?
Yeah, of course.
Grab that.
That's a nice Morse cable.
Are you up against the blocks?
We're ahead of the blocks a little bit.
So am I.
The whole thing
There we
can
go.
shift backwards like.
How's the drive shaft looking?
Drive shaft's good.
Looks pretty cash money.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, coming down. Can you shove the back of the motor towards my side? Just a hair? There we go.
Mint. Yep.
Alright, and then send that bolt through the other direction.
Oh yeah, I see that now. They had to grab their own hoist.
Speaking of boats being super easy to work on, when you forget to put the alternator bolt on and the drive shaft is already in and the motor's already bolted down, you just loosen the nuts up, slide it forward on the rails, put the belt in, then slide it back. Like no big deal.
Easy peasy.
Alright, shall we grab our motor by the valve cover and slide it backwards? There we go. And now we tighten everything back
Just
up.
like that.
I've got all of them.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3 of them that don't have any work. Oh, there goes. And they got oil. Alright, we're good.
All of them?
Yeah.
Cool. Rock and roll.
Perfect.
Sweet. Heads are now very full of oil.
Yeah, see, it works better with the
I'll remind you, this is my first day ever working on boats, so
What do you think so far?
they're a lot easier to work on than cars.
Right? Haven't laid on our back once.
No? Just have to be more like conscious about scratching the gel coat because it's probably softer than paint.
That looks looks cool.
Yep.
But will it make noise?
Need to hook up the water.
We need to prime the fuel too, see if it leaks, because
Yeah.
it probably will. Let me get a hammering thing, just in case.
There's a fire.
We have a nice selection of those.
We do. Go through the starting sequence. All right. This is the cap for our kill switch, which interrupts our ignition. Normally this gets clipped to your life jacket in case you get thrown out of the boat. It turns it off. That's ignition, which we don't want yet. Let's just give it fuel. Oh, yeah.
Squirter?
There's already either the float is too high, or we got a stuck needle and seat because it already launched fuel out of the vent tube.
Better.
Where's our pressure at?
We got
8?
a leak up here.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
open.
a characteristic of that regulator. Couldn't tell you why. There's a little hole up top, and somehow it gets past the diaphragm and goes up there. It's weird. All right.
What was our fuel pressure?
It was 8.
Okay.
I can live with 8 for now. There we go. All right. In theory, this thing should run. Let's find out. Okay. Is the crank trigger plugged in? Yes, it is. Okay. Does our box have power? Was the coil hooked up? Was the coil wire plugged in?
The yellow.
Coil wire is plugged in. And orange is to plus, and
Black is to minus.
yeah, okay. Could just be cold. But let's make sure our MSD box has power.
Look at all that.
Okay, there's our element. Yep, that lit up. It might just be cold. Maybe
Maybe
the
crack some throttle blades.
The throttle's not open. Let's try it again. It's interesting. You're not even trying to fire.
No.
Alright, let's put a timing light on it and see if it's firing. There we go. See, I just needed to point a timing light at it and then it would start.
Yeah, you just threatened it.
I was afraid.
So that's coming out of what exactly? Like it's going in and then going through
So the whole block, it comes out the top up here in these backs,
Right.
and it plumbs out.
So it goes, here, let me take that. So the water, just like a car engine, goes in through the water pump holes here, fills the block, comes up, crosses over at the intake in the front and the back, and then out from the cylinder heads. And then it just gets pumped through the back of the boat and comes out here. So we're feeding water in here. Normally this would come from the jet drive. It's going through the whole boat, motor, coming back out here. Let's start it again.
It's alive.
We gotta go through our regulator again. Too leaky.
This thing whoop-ons. Really crispy.
Right?
It definitely sounds different.
Idle's turned way up too.
Is it?
Yeah. That's like 2,000 RPM or more. It's up there pretty good. My no gauge in the dash having finely tuned calibrated ear says that was 2,200. Dude, we're back.
It's back.
We get to go boat racing this year.
I'm excited.
Dude, I'm excited to like go boat racing, and I don't want to jinx us, but to have it be different this time. You know? Put all our troubles behind us.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Maybe a little more beer drinking and a little less rebuild.
Engine swapping?
Maybe.
So in the world of high-tech boating, what are we doing over here, Mike?
Well, as you can see from outside, it's sunny, which means it's a great day to go boating. And we did get the engine fired up, and we spent another full day just buttoning up the rest of the systems on the boat. Plumbing, wiring, charging the battery, putting the entire jet drive back together. It's ready to go. We're ready to go out and run the boat, but here's the rub. Come look at the dash of this boat. You ever gone wide open in anything that didn't have a single gauge to tell you what the hell was going on while you were driving it? I mean, just the basic stuff. I'm not even asking for a speedo, but just engine RPM, oil pressure, anything. This boat has nothing for the driver to look at. You're the loose nut behind the wheel. You just match your foot and go. And then when you get back on land, the mad scientist plugs into the data box and goes, here's what happened. Well, the problem is our data box hasn't always worked. And today we were plugging into it just to make sure it was ready to go, ready to log whatever info we could get from our next test session. And it didn't work at all. It's back here. Let me show you this. In the world of data logging, this is not quite a dinosaur, but it's real close to being extinct. This is Edelbrock Quick Data 2. Edelbrock no longer supports it. If you have one of these, I hope you know how to work it, and I hope you have spares, because I don't. And what I've figured out this morning, plugging the laptop into it, is that perhaps the internal battery in this thing is shot. It's at least 9 years old, because the boat was built in 2016. I'm hoping that when I take these screws out, I just find a little watch battery in there, and I can just replace it, and then we go about our business. I don't know. But maybe not. And if not, I guess we're going to have to figure something else out, because I want to drive the boat, yes, but I don't want to waste any time behind the wheel. And the great thing about a jet boat is it kind of works like an engine dyno, in that jet drive, once the boat is moving, is going to absorb every bit of horsepower that engine can put to it, and then it's going to stop the engine from accelerating. So whatever RPM number you get at wide open throttle when the boat is moving and you have a full load of water going through the jet drive, that's a good indicator of how much power the engine is making. Basically, if I had a tachometer on the dash, we could go out testing right now. But we don't, and I don't have one. Oddly enough, I don't have a tachometer laying around that I could just duct tape to the dash and wire up. So I'm going to try and fix this so we can go test.
There's going to come a day, you just want to throw that into a bonfire.
Every time we raced the boat, I felt that way. That's the rub, people. You buy used stuff. Sometimes it's out of date. Sometimes it don't work. Sometimes... This thing's rarely worked. Like the weekend I bought the boat, it didn't work. I can give great advice about buying used things. I just can't seem to follow it myself. Like, dude, I drop my panties when I see carbon fiber. I'm like, oh, dude. I bought a Lexus without trying to drive it or even see it in person. That backfired a little bit. I bought this thing without driving it. That backfired a lot. I still would have bought the boat, but, you know, I might have gotten a bigger discount had I, you know, tried to drive the boat when I purchased it, because then we would have found out that, oh, hey, the engine leaked water, it broke valve springs, and the data acquisition didn't work. Most of the hoses were junk. I would have found out a lot of things had I just test drove the boat. But most people, when you buy their 135 mile an hour drag boat, aren't going to let you test drive it, you know. So there's that.
Yeah, that's not a run to your local lake and go do a couple hot laps.
It's not. It's really not. I mean, that's what we're going to do. if I can hold on to the screwdriver. But this screw is defective. That's why the screwdriver keeps it. Okay. I don't know what happens, but I just did it.
Well, all the screws are loose now, so.
Including mine.
It's like push out one end or the other.
I don't know. Is the
Velcro holding it?
The Velcro's holding it together. Kind of looks that way. Oh, yep. Oh. Oh, there's
right
a watch
there.
battery.
There's a watch battery in there.
Dude. Okay.
Pop it out. Which one is it? Is it the same as our welding helmets?
I think it is, dude. It kind of looks that way.
What if that whole board slides out? Yep, it's going.
Nice. Dude, this was made in 2013.
Oh, wow.
This was made 3 years before the boat was even built.
Yeah.
I give a lot of respect to this watch. CR 2032. It's a little smaller than the welding helmet battery, but
Well, let's go get one.
let me run upstairs and see if I got one.
Okay. And with the magic of production.
So while you were gone, I was staring at this, going, just how? How does this read voltage and pressure and speed and G-forces and just, how does this, I mean, what's inside the little chip that goes, yeah, ones and zeros and analog stuff comes in here and turns into digital stuff here, and then it comes back out here to my laptop, and my laptop just, like, this just blows my mind. Stay in school, kids. Just stay in school. Keep making stuff like this. This is cool. All right. Fresh battery. I think this came in from this side. We're like scientists now.
Yeah.
Look what we just
Computer scientist.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I need a lab coat now to drive the boat. You know, when someone says, did you build it? Yes, I did. I just built this entire data logging communications device. And I can't hold a screwdriver today.
Well, I'm going
You're gonna laugh.
to tell you.
Starting to go business?
No. You're probably not going to sell very many because they're not that good.
I don't know. When it worked, it probably was good. It just hasn't been working. And maybe it hasn't been working because this little battery's been taken.
Could be. Yeah. Could be part of the issue.
I mean, when this was brand new, other than Race Pack, this is all boat racers were using.
Yeah.
Maybe this was really good. All right. We are scientists, and clearly we are engineers or technicians or whatever you want to call us. I think it helps a lot when you turn on the power switch to the data system. I think that's important, yes. But also, I'm sure what the battery did was very important as well. Now we're down at the water, and the water looks pretty good. A little ripply, which would be fast if the boat will stay hooked up in that. And I'm excited. It's been 2 years. Let's go do this. Let's go drive a boat. It's been a long time.
This thing has not seen the water since World Finals in 23?
23.
November of 23.
So a little less than 2 years.
Yeah, about a year and a half. I'm gonna cut the camera. I'm gonna spare the people of watching you get naked and putting on.
What, you don't want them to see
putting on your giant diaper
the Kevlar shorts I gotta wear in case it goes wrong?
to hide the poop?
You don't want them to see the life vest with a parachute built into it?
Yeah. All right.
You don't want them to see the flippy floppies I wear when I drive?
Look, folks, I want you to understand. He puts on his shorts one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
Yeah, except mine are lined with Kevlar to hold my big nuts. Did I say that out loud? I thought that was my inner monologue. Okay. No, but for real, I have a parachute built into my life jacket. Watch this. This is ridiculous. So, if the boat crashes, I don't have seat belts. I don't have a racing harness. I don't have any of that stuff, but what I do have is a parachute from Lifeline Racing Equipment that'll be tethered to the boat, and if the boat wrecks, in theory, I get thrown in the air, this opens up, makes me hit the water gently feet first. But then, feet first into the water in board shorts means you get the worst enemy of your life, which is why I have the Kevlar safety shorts on. I hope to never use any of this equipment.
Yeah.
Ever. All right, before I put all this on, let's put it in the water and see if it sinks. Let's make sure it floats.
Good idea.
Be sensible about this. Water looks chilly.
Looks very cold.
There's water in the bilge already, dude. Quite a bit.
Where's it coming from?
I can't tell. It's coming from the transom adapter.
What?
It's coming from the transom adapter.
Can you see?
It's right in the two bottom corners of the transom adapter.
How bad can we drive the boat?
Well, I mean, we're already under the motor.
Oh hell, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's coming in on the where the plate meets the suction housing. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, we ain't driving this today.
See that corner over there?
Yeah. Both sides are just...
Same thing over here, yeah.
Oh, well that sucks. Okay.
Yep.
All right, back in, let it dry out, fix it. Try this another day.
Yeah, that's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water. I wasn't going to drive the boat, but I was like, let me idle it around, make sure the air system works, and we have, forward and steering and all that works. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to hit it just for 1 second, just get it on plane. And I matted it, and it sounded like it was stuck on a 5,000 RPM rev limiter. Pull the valve covers, plug the laptop in, make sure we don't have any valve train issues, plug into the MSD box and see if somehow, some way, a rev limiter got stuck on. I don't know. Good news is we pulled the valve covers off. Don't see anything wrong with the valve train. Bad news is our data acquisition system logged the data, but wouldn't download it to the laptop. Ended up getting a hold of Mark Hansowitz and Dave Ebert, two guys who are pretty familiar with the Yellow Rock Quick Data 2 system. And Dave walked us through part of it. Mark finished the job and got us to reload a config file and got the laptop talking to the data box. We even logged a file sitting right here in the garage, got it downloaded, everything looks fine. So the next time we go out, we'll have data. The bummer is, I don't know why it sounded like it was parked on a 5,000 RPM rev limiter. I plugged into the MSD Digital 7 box, didn't see anything weird there. I don't know. We're gonna have to go run the boat again, not knowing what was wrong with it, which is kind of a bummer. But I do like driving the boat, so there's that. So we'll try this again.
Dude.
That's one way to do it.
I couldn't even get down there if I tried.
As long as you didn't take your head off.
I'm a professional.
Clear in the back. And your bucket.
It's unhappy. And it's idling at $2 grand.
I wonder why it's idling so high right now.
It just needs adjusting.
All right, Mr. Finnegan, want to give these people an update on what's going on?
Essentially, people at home, we have dunked the boat in the water 3 to 4 times. I've driven it and tried to make a rip, and nothing's gone right. It hadn't run on 8 cylinders. It wouldn't idle. It was hard to start. It was unhappy. And ultimately, I don't know the exact cause of it, but we replaced the ignition box and all the wiring associated to the ignition box, and the problem is gone. It is hitting on 8, it starts easy, everything seems happy. So one of those two things I think was the culprit. We also went back to some baseline throttle adjustments on the carburetors. That got it idling properly, and it sounds really good. I feel good about it. The water from here to here looks good. The water out past the dock to the left is very rough. So I don't know how far we'll go today, but I'm hoping to go wide open throttle. Wouldn't turn over 5,000 RPM. Sounds like it's stuck on a rev limiter. And our drone is stuck out over the lake and will not return home. Much like ET, it will not phone home. The drone is just out there. It won't come back to land. And I don't know how long the battery's gonna last.
Got 35% power.
That's it? Oh boy. 35% is what we got left?
Yeah, that's good.
Can you land it, Joe? Can you land it on that other dock?
What if I drive the jet boat out there and you just drop it on me? Is this your fault, Bo?
Look, it won't come back to me.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't get it.
Control-Alt-Delete?
That's what Chris said.
Turn it off, turn it back on?
Restart the app, but will it stay hovering?
I don't know.
We're going to find out, won't we? I'm wondering if I just turn off the...
Oh, I don't know.
Turn the remote off?
I don't know.
I don't know what to do. It won't come back. We're down to 28% battery, dude.
Well, I crashed the last one. I could crash this one, then it's not your fault. You could, that dropped a lot.
It'll go up and down, no problem. It just won't come back home.
Is one of the controls locked out? Is there like a button?
No.
Is the remote charged?
Yep. Remote's got full charge.
Yeah. Left, right, BA, select
I don't
start.
know what to do. It does not want to come back.
Wonder how long it would take to launch Chris's boat. Oh wait, is there a dinghy here? There's a dinghy on shore, dude.
Huh?
There's a dinghy on shore.
How is it max distance when I'm trying to bring it back to me?
It's opposite day. So it doesn't know, I think it doesn't know where you are somehow. Yeah. Like it thinks you're on the opposite side of the shore.
Which is weird.
Okay, things are getting desperate. We've got like 11% battery. It's beeping. But it's still out there over the water. So Joe is gonna borrow my neighbor's paddleboard, unbeknownst to them, and hopefully paddle his happy butt over there before this thing just sets down in the lake and we lose another drum.
Oh, dude.
Can I get you to man this?
Oh, yeah. We can do that. Let me put this down.
Okay. Still beeping. Still flying though. That's good news. Drone drama. Man. Joe's gonna be a hero. He's got this. He's totally got this. What do you think, Bo? Good?
Hit it twice. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It may have got a little wet. It may have gone under the water, but Joe, like Mitch Buchanan, just dove off the dock and grabbed it, saved its life. And what I know about these is if you leave them under the lake water for about 2 weeks, the moment you rescue it, it instantly rusts and corrode inside and out and never works again. This one might have a chance if we can get it home and just blow some air in it and,
It barely touched water.
get the water out.
It did not go under, it just touched.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, I no longer trust these. Jesus. It's 2 for 2 we put in this lake.
So it wouldn't come home though.
It was like ET, bro. I think I might know what's going on with the boat. So this time, the engine was parked at 5,000, which is the first dot in our launch profile.
So it's holding it there?
Maybe. I don't know.
I wonder
Maybe.
why.
We can go back and plug in and see if we can. I'll just
You
move.
did turn
I'll
data
move
on,
that.
right?
I'll move that dot up to like 8,000.
Did you turn the data on?
This time I did.
All right.
We can.
Score.
If we can make it work, we can. Maybe find out what happened.
All right, let's put our neighbors drone rescuing.
Thanks,
Oh,
Janine.
dude.
Thanks, Kurt.
Yeah, I thought so.
Just tried to fire up on its own, and smoke came out of the motor. Oh yeah, she's dead now.
Pull the battery out of it?
I don't even know where the battery is.
I don't know where the battery is.
Yeah, it just tried to fire up, and smoke came out of this motor. There's trying to go.
I see smoke.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That motor.
yeah. That one there. Lots of smoke came out of it. It's very warm. Want to put your tongue on it?
Where's the battery?
It smells
Yeah.
toasty.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Ooh, yeah, that motor's hot right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Can it
one's
fly
really
with
hot.
3?
Huh?
Can it fly with 3?
Yeah, why not? Just depends on if you're a good drone pilot or not. Apparently, I'm not. I can't get it to come home.
I can get it to crash in the lake pretty good.
I think you both got that one.
Yeah. All right, back to the house. How about? Time to go home? Yeah.
All right, here we go. Second time today. I think we might have known what we did. Hopefully it doesn't park itself on the $5,000 rip or 5,000 trail limiter again. Let me hear it rip. Yeah, that's what we've been waiting on. Dude, this sounds so much better now. She's happy. What do you think? That first hit, I know you were happy when it just kept going.
Oh, dude.
It didn't fall on its face.
God. It's so good. It almost, so that's no launch profile.
Yeah.
I almost like it better without it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it, you're not on a rev limiter. It's just, I just kind of roll into it a little bit and hit it and it's gone. Like, wow.
Yeah.
It turned a hair over 71. So we're turning a little more RPM than we did before, at least on this tack. We'll have to look at the data to see
Yeah.
what the real number is. But, dude, we're
Right.
good.
Do you want to top it off and go again, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I kind of do. What time is it? Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. God, that boat sounds so good.
That was fun.
Sounds great, dude. Looks good too.
I have no idea how fast we're going.
Oh, is the draggy not working?
Well, I can't look down at it.
You don't want to look down at 120 plus?
No.
No, he'll come down here. He's got to come here. We have fuel. Good, see? Good point. Otherwise he can paddle to us. No, not a paddle in the boat, but he can lay on the deck and paddle it.
Sure. Down there next to the tank.
It'll all go back into the gas can.
Just tell me what.
I noticed like when the pass you made going that direction, like you just kind of rode it out, didn't hit the pop off.
Yeah, I just want to see what it was like.
Yeah. Well, I figured you were just getting a little more comfortable with it.
Well, and we've made like 10 hits now using the pop off. It's probably
It's going to be pretty low.
that CO2 ball's got to be out of air. I wanted to have enough to get back to the trailer,
Okay.
but he's good. I mean, we have zero data unless this time I plug into the laptop and it actually shows me something. Without that, I mean, we're kind of stuck. There's no point in making
Yeah.
hits on it.
I know. We need data to see what's going on.
But yeah, that was really fun, and we can go back and work in the Cadillac.
All right.
I hope I make it.
You're fine. You only made 2 passes that time. And that's a wrap on testing the boat until we get some data logging. Once we get it somehow a system to log data, either a Holly or fuel tech, or somehow magically make the other rock. We'll park it, go work on the Cadillac, and we'll get back to it soon.
He's having fun.
He is having a blast, isn't he?
He is having fun. I like to see a smile on his face. Here it is.
I'll tell you what, we that boat sat for a year and a half. The last race really took the wind out of his sails and mine, to be honest with you, with everything we went through to make that boat run, and it just go all the way out to Phoenix from here with it and all that stuff, and just nothing.
Got
Just
a strong engine now.
fall on its face. Yeah, I can't wait to see what it does with nitrous.
Wow. All it was a rev limiter stuck on. And as soon as we installed a tack on the dash, which the boat's never had, I was able to see, hey, this thing won't go past 5,000, which is the very first dot in my launch profile in my MSD box.
Our stuck on a rev limiter problem wound up being this little micro switch right here, that when it goes wide open throttle, it clicks, lets the MSD box, which is down inside here, know that we're at wide open throttle, and to end the timer system, the launch profile that's in the boat, that allows it to go to full RPM. We were stuck without the MSD box seeing full throttle. It was stuck on the rev limiter, and that's the problem we'd been having. Somewhere during the build process, we lost that little switch, and And then, to be honest with you, both Mike and I completely forgot about it and battled it like idiots. But now it's fixed. She's running like a champ.
It turned 7,100, maybe a little more. I don't know what to plug in the data to see what it actually turned. The motor is built for nitrous or a smaller impeller. Like, we're only turning 7,100. If we put a smaller impeller in it and turn like 73, 74, this thing's going to go 135 miles an hour. I think right now I saw 120 something. Yeah, that's our next decision is, do we send the intake out, have it plumbed? Do we put the whole nitrous system back in the boat that we ran at World Finals unsuccessfully? Or do we put a smaller impeller in it? Because the truth about boat racing right now is there's very little heads-up racing for a jet boat. It's a lot of bracket racing. And this thing is kind of in between brackets. So we can put nitrous in it and go heads-up racing against 1 or 2 people maybe at every event. There's not a lot. Or we can put an impeller in it and go bracket racing against more people. I don't know how many more, but more people, because there's just more. But I don't know. Right now, all I know is it's going back in the garage, like Blasphemy, in one piece. Thank you,
Running.
Pete. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, other Lee. Thank you, everybody at Harrell Engine and Dyno. You have gifted me. Well, I paid for it, but you have fixed my motor where it is happy to go drag boat racing again. I can't be more happy about that. Thank you. And,
Dude, you just got 6 licks off right now. Like, that would take us almost 2 days to do at a race.
Yeah, like we're spoiled living in Georgia. There's a lake right here.
Right.
And so the truth is we brought the boat down here 4 times trying to test it, and we didn't get all the issues worked out until today. And she does not leak water, she doesn't leak fuel, she doesn't leak anything right now, and it sounds amazing. So stoked. And now we can go work on something else like the Cadillac.
Yeah.
So we'll go do that. And we'll figure out where we're going to race this and whether it's going to get nitrous or whether it's going to get a smaller impeller. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And you'll see that next time on Finnegan's Crutch. Back in the garage, just had a successful outing. Let's see, will our data work? And yes, I know this is an antiquated computer. This is the one that came with the boat. Has the Edelbrock software on it. Let's go to comms. We are connected. You can see battery voltage there. We have memory 460. That means it is indeed logged something. We are online. Can we download? Dun dun dun. No. Out of memory.
Not today, Satan.
We're not out of memory. There's literally nothing on this laptop. And for the record, I tried my newer laptop, the one I used to tune Blasphemy and every other vehicle around here. Oh, this thing. We just burnt about $50 worth of fuel and a couple hours of everybody's time and learned nothing. So, you, my friend, you're going bye-bye. We're not running the boat again with that in there. Which means we don't need this anymore, because the only reason we had this laptop was to go with that thing and this boat. So, yeah.